Yo. Hello, everybody. Welcome to a brand new episode of This Ain't the Dating Show XXX. Today with me is Dymtro from Vortex Ads, and we will speak about fraud in the dating industry, especially. He's an absolute expert in it, not because he's doing it, because he just knows how to fight it and how to keep your network and your program clean and to detect it. This show is presented by Masters in Cash, and let's learn something about fraud in this industry. Dymtro, thank you for taking time during these holidays to come here on this show. Welcome, and please introduce yourself to the millions of viewers that we have here every time.
Hello, Stefan. Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Dmytro. I'm a COO of Vortex Advertising. We're an affiliate network, mostly working in dating, but also in iGaming industry. But still, dating vertical is our core vertical. But within this year, we grown pretty good in numbers in iGaming vertical as well. So at this time, we're like 50-50 and trying to grow in both directions. Yeah, but today, as you said, I'm gonna speak only about fraud in dating industry, and also just a quick note in terms of working in affiliate network, in terms of those tools of that data which is available to affiliate network. Yeah, so we're a Ukrainian-based affiliate network. So big shout out to all my industry friends from Ukraine, first of all, and thanks for having me here today.
Yeah, actually, the podcast, this and also my own, is pretty Ukrainian saturated, I would say. So you guys are really like moving things in this industry. Before we come to the questions, I already have the first thing coming up. Is dating more fraud critical than iGaming?
Oh, well, I'd say that there are uh, the same amount of fraud in, I guess, in all verticals, but in iGaming, it's a bit more complicated, and they use other techniques, and because in dating vertical, like 90% of the industry, they work on CPL, and to generate fake leads is much easier than to generate fake deposits, because in iGaming industry, all advertisers pay you for like minimum deposits of first-time deposits of the player. Yeah, and to generate like a fake deposit or to make fake deposit, it's a bit complicated because you have to have at least a credit card, to make that deposit. Yeah, but in iGaming, it's also easy to discover any fraud because they have even more different tools, how they analyze traffic. Yeah, so every year to make fraud, is more and more complicated, and hopefully within 2-3 years, there's gonna be 0% fraud on the market.
Maybe it's like the measles or something like this. They give us vaccinations, but sooner or later in some countries stuff pops up again. And most probably we'll never get rid of fraud completely. But if we can limit it, already a good thing because it takes money, resources, time, and it's super annoying and we cannot focus on the things that we should. So when we speak about fraud in dating, what are typical fraud things that affiliates are doing to cheat the advertiser, to cheat the network?
Well, there are a lot of techniques and a lot of triggers. And yesterday I was preparing a little bit to this podcast, and I was making some notes of those types of fraud which affiliates mostly do, and I counted at least 12 or 15. But today, today I'm gonna tell you about the most typical ones, the most typical ones we deal with almost every week, sometimes every day, every month. Yeah. So your question was what types of fraud, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First, I'd say that first big block, it's related to IP duplication, generating fake leads via proxy or VPN. So this is easy when it means that everyone can install VPN, yeah, and you can see it, for example, in Poland or in Romania, yeah, and if you want to make a fake lead and to get paid for this lead by the advertiser, you can install VPN, make a SOI or DOI registration, and fraudsters think they can pay for this traffic. But such type of fraud is easy to discover because almost all tracking systems have anti-fraud, different anti-fraud systems, which is built in, and or some affiliate networks or advertisers, they use separate anti-fraud tools. And such a type of fraud as proxy traffic or VPN traffic, yeah, is easy to discover, and in most cases those tools, anti-fraud tools, they have like a database of those abusive IPs, which they mark when they see the registration made from that IP. Okay, so this is like the most
And
common.
this is manual work.
Well, you know, sometimes it's manual, but I didn't mention how I started, by the way, my way in affiliate marketing. I started not in Vortex, but I started back in 2017 in another affiliate network. It doesn't exist anymore, but that was the place where I learned how to detect fraud manually, even. Yeah, and we mostly we worked with the guys from Vietnam, from China, from Far East countries, and those guys, they are crazy in terms of generating fraud traffic, because as I know, there are even big farms of fraud of devices which are connected to, for example, to several servers. So just imagine there is like a building. There are like thousands of iPhones, Android, Samsung, and so on, different devices. They are all connected to a server, and there is a special script installed on server which operates all of those devices. And in such way, they did fake application installs or registrations on any website. Yeah, and there are big businesses, even behind our industry, who generate fraud traffic, and they still exist, and they earn pretty good money, yeah, by means of that, unfortunately.
How we will prevent this in the future? As you said, like it's getting harder and harder to make fraud. They also step up their game. They maybe have AI tools that are moving the cursor, or like clicking and maybe even writing the girl like a message back or something like this.
Well, in my opinion, fraud is gonna exist. Is gonna exist, yeah. And I think even if you have some great developers and they create some even artificial intelligence tool which is gonna cut fraud traffic, I don't think it will help to cut it completely, you know, like to 100%. I hope so, but this is gonna be utopia. Yeah, and so yeah, unfortunately, fraudsters they still adapting to the market, you know, and they are always finding new techniques. But I wouldn't say that there are a lot of techniques appeared on the market since I started my path in affiliate industry. Uh, like more or less, they're all the same, you know, and also, fortunately, dating industry and iGaming and most of the verticals advertisers work on post-payment terms, and we have still some time, you know, to analyze traffic which we are going to pay. Yeah, because if we worked on a prepayment basis, of course, it would be nightmare for the whole industry. Yeah, because there are a lot of fraud traffic, but not only, for example, fraud, uh, incentive traffic. Yeah, it's real, but LTV of such traffic is very low. Yeah, so sorry, I moved other
No, no,
way.
that's totally okay. We don't have to follow here protocol. So we can jump through the topics. But the original question, what types of fraud? So we started with the guys that are doing it practically manually with a VPN. They make a fake email address and so on. Then we directly jumped from this idiot that is sitting in his clay cottage and making 1 lead per hour to the guys that are having like farms with that. And I remember from the mobile days, I was never an app installed, but it was part of mobile where I was involved. Um, I remember videos from these farms, and it was like, so these are already two cases that are very similar. What are other fraud techniques and types that are appearing in dating?
Uh, well, as I mentioned, incentive traffic, you know, it's not, it's fraud, but it's not that fraud which is generated by some bots, you know.
How you
Uh,
detect incent?
uh, Very good question. We detect instant traffic just by analyzing the stats. For example, if you see if your affiliate says that he's gonna run, for example, banner traffic or email traffic, yeah, and typically average CR, for example, in the US geo for email traffic, it varies from if it's good email traffic, yeah, it varies from 10% to 25% CR into registration. But if you or if any affiliate manager analyze the statistics and you see extremely high CR, like 50% or 60%, that's the first trigger which you have to pay attention to and to check that traffic, because in most cases this is either incentive or again it's proxy traffic. Yeah, and unfortunately those guys, fraudsters, stupid guys, when they generate uh, fraud traffic, they don't keep in mind they should also analyze the statistics from their side, you know, not to
Overdo the
mm,
conversion rate.
yeah, and not to brought additional attention to their statistics, you know.
What is usually a reward that they are promising to the people to do incent? Is it still like coins or tokens or Candy Crush currency or so?
Well, usually it can be even money or some, for example, some coins in video games when you just open the website and there is like a task, yeah, and the guy says if you complete this the registration on that website, I'm going to send you like 15 coins in some video games, for example, yeah. Or sometimes, but mostly I met such websites on CIS, Russian-speaking countries, and there are like a website which is full of such tasks. And for example, if you want to bring just 1,000 app installs to your application, you just post like an ad on that website, and you say for each app install, unique app install, I'm gonna pay you like 2 cents or $0.50. It depends on the geo, yeah, and depends on.
Are they really paying the user that?
Well, long time ago when I was a student, I got involved in
This is how you finance
such
your studies.
yeah. But at that time, I didn't even found out what I was doing, and I didn't even realize that I was fraudsters. Yeah, I was like a part of this
So you
fraud.
were practically installing to get your 50 cents or whatever it was.
Yeah. So I really got paid, and they paid me like not more than $1. But like for me at that time when I was a first term student, for me that was pretty enough, and I was happy. Yeah, and they paid, and in such a way they motivate users to create some techniques, to make those app installs or registrations even more and more. Yeah, and such websites, when they post such ads, are still exist, and yeah, so there are a lot of them where you can just get 1,000 or 3,000 subscriptions to your Telegram channel, for example, within a few minutes.
Look, my podcast, they are watched always like by 100, 200 people. I know it's super relevant, but sometimes I look in the statistics and it's breaking my heart because it's a lot of work. And I know that the right people are watching it. Then 100 or 200 people that watch it are more worth than 20,000 that would, or 100,000 that would come like this. But sometimes it's tempting to boost it a little bit. Anyway, what are other fraud types that you encountered in your career?
Well, also we face a lot with bot traffic, but it's similar to proxy traffic. Yeah, so basically fraudsters create some applications which do some work instead of humans, yeah. So they just create a few bots which have integrated proxy or like VPN, as I said, into this
And is it like
bot.
one tool that is also creating the emails and everything?
Yeah. One tool which creates emails, but here's the first mistake which fraudsters do, because usually they create emails which look similar or which don't look like real ones, or they have some patterns. For example, the most common pattern when, for example, there is hundreds of registrations with emails like, for example, Stefan 27, yeah, Stefan 27 27 gmail.com, Dymtro 28 gmail.com. So there is a pattern, you know, and till this time, fraudsters didn't learn how to make those patterns look more native and not to bring additional attention from advertisers, you know, from affiliate managers who analyze that traffic. Yeah, but here's one thing I should mention, that unfortunately, to analyze emails, it's not possible from affiliate network site. That's why sometimes we can, when we analyze the statistics, CR, EPC is okay, so no any strange activity. Yeah, but then, for example, in a week, the advertiser send us a report saying that, oh guys, there are hundreds of registrations, and they all have like email patterns, similar emails, so that's why we mark it as a fraud. Yeah,
I mean,
so.
usually it's like different parameters. It's not that somebody has everything like perfect and then the email parameters are not okay. It's usually that there are some hiccups, and when you look then deeper, you see that the emails have the pattern. And in our case, it's mostly a bit more complex than just Stefan 222. They take, like, for example, in Germany, the most typical German names. So most probably go to
Yeah,
ChatGPT and say, give me the 100 most German name for man and the 100 most common family name. So it starts with Michael Müller, 82, Stefan Mühlbauer, 83, Hermann Meyer, you know, like, and you look at it, and even when I don't speak the other languages, when you go to Italy, everybody is Andrea, Luigi, you know, like the
yeah, yeah,
typical,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
make like a comedy about Italy and you need like some guy, you will name him Mario, Luigi, like the guys from Nintendo, and you will not take something that is like extraordinary in Italy. And they also don't create it like proper nicknames. For example, a part of my emails that I use is like a completely different a different way. And I have the feeling the fraudsters are also mixing in the meantime 10% real traffic to avoid that. And then they rely on that, that when you go through the patterns, you see a few guys that are looking like super legit, and you are sitting there and you are scratching your head like a monkey and says like, how is this possible?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Or they also do vice versa. For example, recently we've had a case in iGaming, if I'm not wrong, when real traffic was was driving to the iGaming product. I can't remember exactly what was the casino, and 10% of the volume was generated in fraud way. So, like, why they do this? Because they want to grow a bit their ROI. Yeah, and unfortunately, such media buying companies, media buying teams are still exist on the market, and they work like this, and everyone knows them. Everyone knows that they're doing legit business. They are not fraudsters, but still some part of their traffic is generated fake.
I have also the feeling sometimes when you work with a company that is like known as media buying team and so on, they want to see if you are an idiot. And the first attempts that they send is like all fraud or incent or something. And if you are not detecting that, they would continue to send it until you cut it because of performance reason. But when you are like fast and you detect it after like a few days and you said like, guys, come on. In every conference we drink together and now this, you are not a network. So you either have super affiliates, but this is like against what we discussed. You have like higher rates, let's say, or you do fraud yourself. So what is it? And they come with the weirdest excuses. Oh, sorry, this should not be approved. It went to our sister company. We built like a network. It should not be mixed up. So most crazy stuff. One time I have a situation with a mailer and the guy's like super legit and he was sending 10% fraud and nobody knows where it's coming from. So the guy didn't have any explanation. We didn't have any explanation and the fraud was made so cheap. So the only idea I have is the guy is a super legit guy. He tried to mix in 10%. He never did it before in his life and that's why he made it so shitty that we immediately saw it and nobody has an explanation because it was so, let's say the guy was sending in Germany and everybody's like Billy Smith, John Doe, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
so people that are legit are trying that. How we can avoid that? Is there a way to avoid it or is it just part of the game and they think we are shaving them and they want to compensate for maybe 10% that they think we shave from them, they mix in 10% traffic to balance it like the yin and yang?
Well, I think if this is if this was only once, only once you notice like 10% of fraud traffic from your super affiliate, yeah. So I think like if it happened once, you can close the eyes, and okay, and give that affiliate a second chance. But if it's gonna repeat, and of course we should talk to that affiliate, come on, man, let's do some legit business. And long term, because everything which is related to fraud, it's a short time, and it's easy money, but uh, is this what you want to tell your kids, what you did and how you earned your money? No, I don't want to tell my kids that I earned money by generating fake leads,
It's
and
enough that you financed your study like with the F installs.
yeah. Mm, yeah, we I'd say that we have to just what strategies, we can use to avoid this. First, of course, we have to invest more in developing some in-house anti-fraud technologies, because all of those SaaS solutions which are on the market, they are still not enough to precisely detect fraud and to detect it before the advertiser detects it. Yeah. So, and another thing we should remember and we should always do, we have to teach our staff, our managers, that I don't know, for example, different trainings, how to detect fraud, which techniques, knowledge exchange sessions, I think this will help to avoid dealing with fraud cases. So
What you suggest to do when you onboard affiliates, because if you have your house clean like a good bouncer, You don't have the situation in your club. If you keep the drunk idiots outside of the club, you don't have to throw them out later where there's maybe inventory damaged or other guests get hurt. You send them away before the trouble happens. How you do the onboarding of new affiliates to avoid that, especially if you have not met these affiliates in person or they are not legit. If I apply now at Vortex Ads, I can also tell later how we do it at Masters in Cash. But if I apply now as Vortex Ads, you never heard of me. What you do to avoid that I'm a fraud guy entering your program or network?
Yeah, this is also a very good question, and
only good questions here. Only good questions.
Yeah, I'd even say that this is the first thing everyone should do before even talking about fraud. The way how you onboard your affiliates and what information you request. Yeah, so only thoroughly interviewing your affiliates before approving their accounts on your affiliate network or affiliate program. If you're an advertiser, allows you to avoid fraud cases. For example, what we do, we ask a few questions which help us to understand if the guy is legit or not. And for example, how many years you're in the industry, or what other advertisers or networks do you work with? And for example,
Do you
if
validate this information?
Yes, and the next question is, okay, if the guy said that he works with Masters and Cash, yeah, and we ask, okay, can you please provide contact details of your account manager at that network? And we just want to make sure your legit affiliate. Don't get us wrong, you know. We don't want to offend anyone, but every year there is more and more fraud on the market. That's why we have to be a little bit more and more strict while onboarding the affiliates. Yeah, and at this step, a lot of affiliates, they just start ignoring us. Yeah, and
or they send this fraud, this fake photoshopped screenshots of their earnings.
yeah. So the next step, if the guy provided some contacts and we requested some references, yeah, from our colleagues from other networks, from other companies. We also request some proofs of your activity. Yeah, just we don't want to see any confidential information. We always say that we just want to see that you do legit business, and we want to see at least what average volumes you have, yeah, in your tracker. Yeah, so and these questions are enough when you onboard. If the guy passed all of these steps, we approve account, and but this is not the end of onboarding. When we approve some offers, especially first day when affiliate starts sending traffic, we deeply analyze the statistics, because you know, a new guy, we know about him almost nothing except only those proofs and some feedback from other companies. Yeah, but still we have our own experience with this guy, we have to analyze the statistics, and and I'd call it like probation period, it takes 1 or 2 weeks to check whether affiliate legit or not,
I have a story. It's many years ago. It was still in Broker Babe. And there applied a guy for an account, and everything was smelling like, yeah, this is not legit business. And he was saying, if I remember correctly, that it was Click Dealer, that he's like big shot or whatever in Click Dealer. Okay, you need quite some volumes to be a big shot in Click Dealer, fair enough. And he was like, yeah, everybody knows me there. Okay, what is your account or your email? So I get the details and something like a written sentence. It's okay that Stefan can check it. And I think I asked even Taras, because at this time I think he was the only one that I know. So I directly contact one of the bosses to just check a new account. But yeah, homie. So of course he did it. And he said, okay, let me ask the team. And they came back and they say like, yeah, the guy is running traffic with us, not big, but let's say a few €100 per month. And we just looked in the account and it's total fraud. And the guy slipped. But this idiot is doing fraud there. He goes to another network or another program and he claims that the account that he has somewhere else is legit and pokes practically them to check it. And sometimes you really think how stupid you can be. Be happy that you can hustle out of these guys because you're serving under the radar, maybe with like €300 per month. Just be happy about this and not give. Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah, but for some people, €300 per month is happiness,
Yeah, but then you should keep it and not, if he would apply for us in a network and everything is smelling shitty, we can make a video call. This is how I do it usually, and convince me that you are a legit guy. I rely more on that than on data from the past. So usually when somebody applies for an account, I said, okay, welcome, when we can have our video call about it. And often they come with stupid excuses. Recently, I had a person that out of a sudden says like, I cannot speak because I'm deaf.
Death?
Like deaf, yeah. So okay, maybe the guy is really deaf, but then I said, okay, I need like 3 companies that you work with, and that was also not possible. So he just used like a reason. But usually I have like a video call, and this is eliminating the fraud to maybe like 2-3% of the guys that make it in the end make a fraud case. And every time when I let down my barrier, for example, I agree on just having a voice call, they say like, I have a bad connection, I don't have a webcam, and they sound super legit. Nearly every time they get me with that, they do something. They do something. And sometimes they really prepare well. So for example, to wait until I'm on a conference, I don't want to wait to approve the guys. So they write me in a conference, hey bro, I have the traffic ready, can you approve me? And most probably they know that I'm on the conference. They see stories how I'm like drunk with you or something like this. So they are like, okay, Stefan has other problems than to make now a video call, and it's true. So I'm like, okay, here's your account. They just provide something and boom, it's directly shit. Or we just have a voice call. Not recently, it's actually quite some time ago. They were contacting me about my podcast, and it was when this podcast here, this ain't the Dating Show XXX, was new. And I had Andra. You know Andra Kirociano?
Uh, what
She
company?
was she was one of the organizer teams from Webmaster Access, and now she's like business developer at StripChat. Anyway, so she was on the podcast to speak about Webmaster Access in Cyprus, and they were contacting me in a voice call, and they were referring to Andra. So the guy was like, yo, brother, I saw your interview with Andra, and it was new with me with the podcast. So every feedback I got was feeling like very much like this. So immediately I have sympathy for the guy. And then he starts like, yo, bro, Andra, she's really hot. And does she has a boyfriend? Ha ha ha, I should come to Webmaster Access. Can you get me an affiliate ticket? So when somebody speaks like this with you and it's happening the first time, how you are seeing their fraud. So we let the guy in and they made it really smart. So they were making fake purchases and everything. So it was really prepared from longhand. Sometimes it's hard.
You know, a few years ago, let me share one of my biggest in terms of money, experience, which happened like 2 or 3 years ago. Uh, uh, we onboarded one big affiliate team. They at that time we didn't know anything about them. But they told us, they provided all of the proofs we requested. They provided credit references. So they seemed pretty legit. And we started doing some business together. And they requested, at that time, we were mostly focused on mainstream dating because now yeah, because now we're focused more on adult dating or casual. Yeah, 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 yeah. So and they requested like one offer. I don't want to tell
a
the name.
particular offer. So they asked for a particular offer.
Particular offer, yeah, and they started sending traffic. And at that time, I was affiliate manager, and I started analyzing their traffic, and it was 100% Windows 7 or Windows 10. For me, and for like 99% of the industry, it's the biggest and first trigger which you have to pay attention, and it should make you think on whether this traffic is legit or not. And in 100% cases, if you see traffic coming only from one device, especially from desktop device, it means it's totally fraud. And I saw Windows, like Windows 7 or Windows 10, and I stopped the traffic and said that those guys that, hey guys, come on, this traffic looks weird. You have very good CR, pretty high CR for your type of traffic, only Windows, what's going on? And they, I don't remember how they explained that, but they told me that they like have special funnel, and this funnel works only for desktop devices. And I said, okay, I'm going to request a feedback from the advertiser. At that time, there was enough volume to request some feedback. Yeah, and the advertiser said, guys, keep running this affiliate. This is very good traffic, and we want to scale. And I said, okay, but don't you find this traffic suspicious because there is only desktop devices? They said, yeah, but metrics are very good. ARPU, average revenue per users, LTV is very good. And so this traffic meets our product metrics. And I said, okay, so let's try to continue. And I got back to those guys, and I started believing them because the advertisers told me that it's real traffic, and that those guys explained in details that for them it makes sense to run only Windows devices. And we were running such traffic like for 1 month, And then advertiser called us and asked to stop that traffic and cut it immediately because they found out that there was a leakage of some information from their company to some guys, uh, uh, and leakage from analytics department. So there was one or a few guys from analytics department, um, mm, which leaked some information to those fraudsters, and they explained them how to make traffic look profitable for the advertiser. So it's pretty simple. So for example, if you know basic metrics, for example, ROAS, ARPU, yeah, and I don't know, maybe the daily average revenue per user. Anyway, you can make your traffic look profitable to meet those targets which advertiser has. Yeah, and the guys from analytics, they say, for example, you run 100 leads and you earn, for example, 5K dollars, but to make this look very profitable for the advertiser, for their analytic department, you have to do at least 3 or 5 fake purchase. Yeah, and within a month, the advertiser lost around 100K on that traffic. Yeah, because they paid for that traffic to us. Yeah, and we paid to the affiliate. Yeah, but when this case happened, we negotiated with the advertiser, like to split the risk, and half of the amount lost by the advertiser was covered by us because we wanted to continue doing some business with the advertisers. That's why we didn't even try to insist on that thing that oh no, you have to pay us for this traffic because your manager told us that it's okay and it meets your metrics. So it's one of the biggest fuck ups, to be honest. Yeah, but after that time, mm, such cases never happened.
I mean,
Fortunately.
this issues can also happen if you are not having an insider that is playing shady games. Also, if you communicate to open what is happening with the traffic, they can use it. I have the feeling that these guys that they had a call with Andra, that I was not managing the affiliate. I only onboarded it. It was already for me. They tricked me a bit, but it went to another affiliate manager that was not seeing it. Why? Because the people were playing exactly like you said, with the patterns or with the matrix that we are expecting from a behavior. And that makes it also a little bit critical when it comes to communicate low performance and fraud to affiliates. There need to be something like a sweet spot. If you have like a company that if somebody is just joining your company, you never heard of them, they just make fraud and you ban them without even explanation. This is something I do sometimes. If it's so stupid, I just ban them and not even an explanation. But you cannot do that always. So it can be a well-known team, it can be even somebody from a conference, whatever. So when fraud happens, and especially when it's low quality, what is not even fraud, you have to give like some kind of explanation. What is too much explanation to make it risky for the future to be tricked even worse? And what is something like a minimum that you have to prevent that they are not thinking you want to cheat them? They send legit leads, they think they send legit leads, and you said, we are not paying it, it's fraud. Where is the sweet spot?
Well, usually what we do we provide, of course, report in Excel from
What you
Antwerp.
put in this report?
Well, usually, of course, if the advertiser provided some report which has all details we need, we just send this report to the affiliate, saying that this is the report from advertisers directly, so it's not generated by us, and we also add triggers why advertiser marked this traffic as fraud, and we
So you
even
communicate that.
Yeah, we communicate, and we even highlight those things which those suspicious things in their report, to make it even easier for the affiliate to see where he fucked up. Yeah, so we communicate. Yeah, we never just ban affiliate and without prior communication. We always explain, but of course, it depends on who you talk to. If the guy starts acting like crazy and he says that he's gonna come to your house and gonna kill you if you don't pay him those $50. Yeah,
The
of
guys
course.
that say that they don't even get a visa to the countries where we live.
Yeah. So it depends on who we talk to, and in most cases, those guys they are crazy. They behave like very crazy guys. They're ready to kill you for every $10, and that.
That I had only one time. That I only had one time that somebody was threatening me like this. The rest is like, oh, you're a shitty company. I put on the board that you are like a fraud. I said, please, 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 this is the biggest favor you can do me because you are like an idiot and not known. So if you put somewhere that we cheat you, the other idiots that want to cheat as well, they will know that we are not a company that you can cheat easy. So I hope it. I can even write you the text as long as you put it up what shitty company we are. Man, we have 1.5 hours. I think we have to come here sooner or later to an end.
Yeah, but
You
fraud topic.
warned me.
Fraud. This is the topic I can talk 24/7 because there are so many cases. Yeah, and so many triggers which you can just find out whether it's fraud or not.
It's a very important part of our industry, unfortunately. And I think as long as there will be CPL and CPA payouts, it will happen over and over again. I mean, it's there will always be fraudsters that are so smart that until we catch what they are doing, it will take some time. There will always be cases where they have like an insider or an affiliate manager was telling them too much. If you communicate about, to an affiliate about low performance and say like, hey, the amount of users that you brought that is paying is like way too low for the first week or something like this. We expect minimum 15% activated. They know next time they do fraud, they activate 15 affiliates and it's in the benchmark. They will ask the affiliate manager for the quality because this is another trick. They confirm the quality with the affiliate manager and then they scale up with the fraud because then they say, you told me to send more. I see it in this groups on Facebook where you can put the fraudster or the company that cheated you like on a podest or something. Say like, these guys are cheating me. It's always the same type of people and they always send like a screenshot where the affiliate manager says like, send more. And this is because they know it and they make it in a way that it looks legit at the start to get this message. It's super good. And they make this maybe with 50 leads that are legit or they are manipulated like super well. And then when they send 5,000 leads, it's full of shit. And they say, like, you told me to send more. And now out of a sudden, it's not okay anymore. Blah, 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 same traffic. And then you have a big bullshit to deal with.
Yeah, yeah. But for me, the saddest thing when I communicate with guys from, for example, from the US, and they are really from the US, and they have, for example, their internal traffic. They also operate like affiliate network with their media buying, so they rebroke some offers for and run some traffic. And when I come back to them and say them, okay, guys, some parts of your traffic from these subsources was marked as fraud. Here is the main triggers and the reasons of fraud. So this. And sometimes, unfortunately, even guys from the US, from Germany, Netherlands, and so on, they start arguing with you for that traffic. They're fighting, and even despite the fact I provided all of the reasons, and the only thing that guy have to do just to pass my message to that affiliate, yeah, and that's it, and no risk. But they still fighting for the traffic, and yeah, it's very rare occasion, but sometimes yeah, we have to communicate with such guys and say, like, come on guys, you're also affiliate network, so go and explain your affiliate the same what I have already explained to you. Yeah, but we just a quick note that it's a really rare occasion when we rebroke some offers which we get from direct advertisers to other networks, only to some of our very, very close friends, industry friends, which we know they doing legit business and they have access to some specific affiliates we don't have access to. Yeah, and we negotiate some win-win conditions to work on some offers.
So I have another trend I forgot about. In the beginning, when when we spoke about Ukraine quickly, and I said, man, it's really a country that is like a very big part of this industry. We had now the first fake networks or fake media buying teams, whatever, that were not faking anymore that they are Americans. So before they were like, my name is John Miller, or my name is Ashley Smith, and I'm from Wisconsin, and like, yeah, we are killing it. Can we have a call? It's not possible. The internet connection is bad. Now they fake that they are Ukrainians.
Really?
Yes, I had 3 networks in one day that were signing up as Ukrainians living in Poland, I think, and none of them was legit. And it was also like they had typical Ukrainian name, and also I think they put like the heart from Ukraine also on the flag, and typically you have, I don't know, Anastasia with 2 I or whatever name. And I said to them, because it looked fishy, I think I know in the meantime the style of how they communicate. I said like, hey, by the way, I have 2 colleagues that are Ukrainian, so you can have with them the call also in Ukrainian. Ghosting. And when you go on the website of them, it's like a website that was just registered, and the buttons to social media don't work, the texts are like AI generated, so it's like a shit. But now people are faking to be Ukrainians to get into the networks and make like fraud. It's crazy. It shifted from America to Ukrainians. I had it all in 1 week or one day. It never happened again, but it was most probably the same group, but it was also an interesting thing to see.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Let me see.
we
No,
have
continue.
I think we, of course, we had experience with such affiliates who sign up on our affiliate network saying they are from the US, and they call like John Smith,
Yeah.
yeah, or Willis, yeah, and to detect. To find out whether it's a fraudster or not is very easy. Just when they send you hello or hi sir, and this is the first trigger for us, you know, when some John Smith speaks English on A2 or B1 level, pre-intermediate English level, you know.
So I checked it now and it was two within like 24 hours, and they were signing up at a time when it's like in Ukraine or in Romania, also we are in the same time zone, like super early in the morning, but in countries that are maybe known for fraud, it's like in the middle of the day. Let's say it like this. And they both had like the same text, and it was the typical bullshit you get from all the fraudsters when they sign up, like my traffic sources, SEO, email, social, native, display, push. So they write
Yeah, yeah,
practically every source. So it was written in both of these cases, and then the sign up at this weird time, most typical Ukrainian name, like really, like I said, Anastasia with two I. And then in the chat, like, no, we don't want to speak Ukrainian. I have to say one thing. One time a German person signed up and refused to speak with me German. Yes, even directly with like weird excuses. And I was like, this shit will never be legit. And this is now 3 years ago or so. And the company is still alive and masters in cash. And we never had like any reason to complain. I don't know if the person is really German and is like a hipster or hates German language or never learned it proper. Or another reason is this person is from a country that would never get approved, sneaked in that way, and is really like a legit person, but don't want to say it because they are like refused just because where they are from.
but have you ever met him at some conference?
It's a
No?
girl. It's a girl, by
Ah,
the
it's a
way.
girl.
Mhm.
Hmm. Hmm.
So very,
Interesting.
very, very, very interesting case. I think
Yeah.
it's the last situation that it's somebody that is from, let's say, Bangladesh, and has legit traffic. And if they just say like, hey, we are from Bangladesh, they are afraid that we refuse. And if they say it like, hey, we are German, and they are not expecting that somebody is working there speaking German, say like, oh, perfect, I'm German as well. And that's how they come in. I mean, I feel sorry for the people that are making legit business for the country and they cannot enter a network. I try to speak with all of them when they have like a honest approach. But this kind of stuff, like I have SEO, mailing, native, display, I know that it's a bullshit. Nothing good comes out from that. Nobody is an expert in all of these fields.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you
And
know, sorry, another case mm, is when those guys say, "Okay, I'm from Germany," and you say, "Okay, sprechen wir auf Deutsch," yeah, and those guys go, for example, to their Facebook friends, and they have at least one German-speaking friend or some a guy from Bangladesh who I don't know studied in Germany, yeah, and they ask him to translate some message in German, yeah, and you know, I had such case, but the guy was talking to me in Russian. But you know, anyway, his uh, his sentences looked weird for me because I'm also a native speaker of Russian, yeah, and I can easily realize that this sentence doesn't look like this guy is Russian speaking guys, yeah, yeah, and he didn't put commas, you know, he didn't use capital letter, you know, everything like from small letters without commas. And yeah, it was pretty easy to cut that guy.
The problems really start once you have them in the network. So Dimitro, Jesus, man, 2 hours, I would say.
Yeah.
I need from you one more thing, and this is the golden nugget. It don't have to be fraud related, but it has to be the best advice that you can give to the people out there that we have not heard 100 times. Not heard 100 times is like you have to go on network. Yeah, we hear that 100 times. What is your golden nugget to the people out there?
Well, well, my golden nugget would be it's relevant not for affiliate marketing.
It's okay.
I would say that always invest in money and time in yourself, in your self-development, and to learn something new. And if you're a business owner, invest more and more in technologies. Yeah, because in technologies and in development of your team, because in my experience, in my opinion, those knowledge you get today determines your future. So yeah.
And nobody can take it away from you.
Yep, exactly. So to say it short, invest more in yourself, in technologies, and in your team if you are owner of the business.
Wise words. Dimitro, man, I think that is the longest one that we ever did, and I think we could do it for 4 or 5 hours more. There are like half of the questions we have not even touched. So let's see what we do with this information for the future. Thank you very much for shining some light on the dark side of affiliate marketing. Thank you, Masters in Cash, for presenting this episode. And Dimitro, you have any more final words for the fraudsters out there?
Let me first say thank you to you, to Masters in Cash. Thank you for creating such a podcast. And to all fraudsters, guys, don't do this shit. Just learn how to make money in legit way, and you will earn more than you do doing fraud stuff.
I think that also sometimes if they would put their energy in like legit business. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Great talk. Also for me, a few things that I have not looked into like you did. So I'm very sure that the audience will get something nice of that. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.